Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a huge Alphalete Black Friday / launch review. So their Black Friday sale and launch is going to be 1 week earlier. It's going to be tomorrow. Hopefully I'm posting this the same day. I know this is very last minute, but I didn't get my package until Monday, and I can't generally film on weekdays because your girl's got school. And I had an exam yesterday. It's been a wild week, but we're powering through today. So I'm gonna film this, I'm gonna speed edit, and it's gonna hopefully be up by tonight. So the launch is on Saturday, November 20th at 10 a.m. CST. And I don't know if they're still doing this, but I saw on their Instagram yesterday that they were allowing people to sign up for early access to the launch. And in the past, that's happened like an hour before the launch. So it's a little bit more chill and it's a lot easier to get the pieces that you want. So I'm going to link their website down below, and hopefully they still have the sign up for early access because that is very key. So we have a ton of new items to talk about today. I got every single piece of the women's clothing that is launching, so we'll be able to talk about everything in detail. All of these new items are 20% off, and they have up to 80% off the website. They have a couple different categories. So they have the 20% off category, and all of the prices are released. And if you see an item in a certain color on the screen, all of the colors will be on sale with the exception of some of like the new pieces, like the newer colors are 20% off, and then the older colors might be more. There's also 30 to 50% off category and 60 to 80% off. I loved how they released all of the prices beforehand. It makes it super easy to plan. They also will not be doing any restocks. Occasionally there's a couple inventory like refreshes. So, you know, if they didn't have your size in something when you checked a couple days ago, the website's closed now. There is maybe a chance that they have some stock now. So I would just, you know, check to be sure. They also just added a new feature to the website where you can browse by size available still. Anything that is 30% off or more is final sale, but if it's less than 30% off, then you're still eligible for their 60-day return policy. More FAQs, you should be able to stack student and military discounts on top of the Black Friday sale. They do have a warehouse in Canada, so you don't have to worry about duties if you're ordering from Canada. I wanna say they have one in the UK as well. I'm going to be starting with the new pieces, and then I'll be going over some top sale picks. And to answer the biggest question that everyone is asking, there is not an Amplify restock this time. There is potentially a restock only of the black Amplify, but I kind of got word that that may not be making it to the warehouse in time, so it may or may not be happening. So in general, Amplify not restocking. We only have other new pieces. They're not doing a restock of the whole website. They just have the new pieces. So I hope that kind of goes over some of the main points of the FAQs. Personally, I have shopped many Alphalete sales before they started sending me things to review. I used to shop every single Alphalete sale, and they have some good deals, let me tell you. There's usually still a good amount of stock of certain things. Everything's at least 20% off, and most things are more than 20% off. So I just feel like they always have a really good sale. I always snag myself a little hoodie, usually a pair of Revivals or something, sometimes some joggers. Anyways, if this video helps you out and you're shopping the sale tomorrow, you can use code Catherine at checkout. It just supports me, helps me keep making these videos. And if you ever use my support code Catherine, you can always enter my monthly giveaway. My monthly giveaway is always on my website, and 2 winners per month win a $50 gift card to any activewear brand or supplement brand of their choice. Without further ado, let's start reviewing. So first of all, I did not do a full YouTube review of the last Amplify collection that launched because I had already reviewed a lot of it. But that being said, I don't have a review of all of the seamless bras that have been launched, and I like things to have a permanent place on my channel. So we're going to be reviewing the seamless bras. First, we have the Vault bra. This is in a size small. This is the only one where I do recommend going true to size. There is no logo on this one, and before anyone tries to correct me, got so many messages, people saying it's actually on the inside of the bra. Is it? Is it there? No, it has been changed. There's no longer any sort of logoing, not even on the inside of the bra. So Vault bra, no logos. It has a panel detailing, kind of stops in the middle of the bra, removable cut pads. There is no seam that separates the cut pads, so they can kind of like move around a little bit, but once it's on, it's usually okay. Crisscross straps in the back, and this is definitely my favorite of the seamless bras. I feel covered in it, decently supportive, and I didn't have to size down in it. So this one I find true to size. Okay, here's the small Vault bra, and definitely no need to size down in this one, so very true to size. This one could cause a couple of issues though. It comes really close to my armpits. As you can see, we have full side boob coverage,
but that could also lead to a little cutting in the armpit. So just be careful with that. Scoop neck, but no chance for cleavage. This one's more of honestly like a medium support for me. Feels a little bit thicker, maybe the panel detailing and I don't know, just more coverage. And I have heard some people say that it impinges on their traps a little bit too much. So just be careful of that. Apparently I need to straighten my straps, but very open back otherwise, but it definitely does sit high up at your traps. I did wear this to the gym and I actually didn't mind it because I didn't have to adjust the girls. They all stayed put very well, and personally it didn't cause me any issues for the traps, but it could. Then we have the Impact bra. I do prefer a size extra small in this one. I probably could even go for like a double extra small. These seamless bras are just so stretchy. So this one has a little less coverage. In the small, I find I do get a little side boob sometimes. It may be called the Impact bra, but I really would consider it more of like a light support. There is some textured detail as well as the seamless marled fabric. Removable cups. It has a racer back that kind of goes into a little T here, and then there is an embroidered Alphalete logo on the bottom of this one. So this one I recommend at least one size down. Even if you're not in between, I do prefer an extra small in that one. All right, here's this bra. It doesn't look too bad in a small. When I first tried on the small, I thought it might be okay, but then I tried on the extra small and I just felt a lot more lifted and supported. So you really can go either way with this one. I personally would definitely recommend a size down, even if it looks like this fits me. I just feel like I have a lot of room in the straps here, and I feel like I get a little extra side boob in the small, surprisingly. Overall coverage is a medium, support is a light. Again, these materials are so stretchy, and it's just a little T-back detail. Still a nice open back. I don't find that this one compresses my traps, even though it does go over them, because it's a nice thick strap and it's very stretchy. And on to the Trinity bra. This one is my favorite by appearances, but again, I have to size down in this one. So this one is the color Twilight. This one I do wear an extra small. It's pretty good coverage if you get the right size. In my size small, I was kind of gaping on the side and on the front a little bit, so the coverage didn't feel like as much. Removable cups. There's a cutout at the bottom. It's pretty small though, so it's not like a big boobalicious moment. And then it has 3 straps in the back. This one is very stretchy on the straps, and this one I would also say is a light support. And again, I could do an extra small, probably even an extra small. Very light support on these. Okay, here's the extra small, and it fits me really well, so definitely would size down. Support is still light, just because these seamless materials are so stretchy that they just don't really support very much. They did kind of make a little band at the bottom, but it's not like a true elastic, so not super compressive. The cutout honestly kind of disappears if you have a larger chest. Just kind of gets eaten right up, and the strappy detail in the back is really cute, but just doesn't provide a lot of support. So this one's cute, but I really wish that I had gotten all of mine in extra smalls, because I have a couple of these in smalls and they just gape way too much for me. Overall coverage is a medium. We have nice coverage on the top here, but it does scoop a little bit out at the side. And the first collection of the video, we're talking about the new Surface stuff launching. So they're bringing back the Surface power leggings, some of the Surface bras, and then they have a new pair of Surface joggers. So the Surface material is a 68% polyester, 32% elastane blend. And I believe I heard that they actually decreased the amount of brushing that is going on with the Surface fabric this time. And it does kind of feel like that. So there's just a very, very light amount of brushing to it. Brushing is that kind of like fuzziness, like super softness when you think of like Align leggings. So they decrease the brushing to kind of decrease pet fur accumulation, decrease pilling, and make it like slightly more performance. It still doesn't have a sleek feel, it is still soft to the touch. Starting off with the Surface power leggings, I got these in a size small. These definitely do feel less brushed than the past. I got the burgundy kind of brushed camo, and I don't know why when I was making my choices of what I wanted, I didn't include the like oil splot print, whatever it was, but I see everyone wearing it now and it's so cute. And I'm like, why did I only get the camos? I didn't get that. So these have a crossed waist. These tend to be a little better for my shorter torso ladies. For me, I have a very long torso. The rise on these ones is not as high as, let's say, like the Buff Bunny Siren leggings or something. I will include all of the rises and inseams in my like end of item recap for all of these. Slightly tapered seams in the back. Here's an up close of the fabric. It's just very slightly brushed, not super fuzzy, and the silicone logo, and some seam detailing down the bottom. Size small, definitely true to size. If you're in between, you could probably go either way. So size up if you like a little less compression, size down if you like things a little more snug. No front seam on this one, about a mid-rise in the middle, and it does kind of go to a high rise on the sides. This is definitely less brushed than the last Surface launch, which I did feel like definitely collected a little more lint and fur. I feel like I'm not getting as much lint and pet fur collection which I laid these leggings directly on my couch that the cats sleep on, and I actually don't have any fur on them. Seams in the back, I'm gonna give them medium to high on the booty scale. They could just be like the tiniest bit higher, but I can also pull them up a little bit. Still feel like they're pretty flattering. The prints will be cellulite friendly. I actually really like this burgundy camo. I feel like they did a good job picking the colors here. Some seam detailing down the back, kind of 7/8 length here. And I'm gonna give these like a light to medium compression overall. I think these actually would be safe for some higher performance workouts. The way they feel right now, I really don't expect them to pill, and they feel pretty sweat wicking and sweat friendly. So I would say that these are probably gonna be a little more performance, definitely more pill resistant than the Alpha Lux now, because the Alpha Lux are definitely a lot more brushed than this. And for the new item of the Surface collection, they now have the Surface Expanse joggers. So I like to call these a legging jogger hybrid. They remind me a lot of like the original Lululemon Align joggers. They're essentially a legging material, legging shape, legging waistband, everything, except they just have a slightly more relaxed fit, especially around like the top. Kind of gives you more of a baggy jogger look. It's not super baggy though. So you have a legging waistband. You just have these two kind of sewn on pockets in the front, slightly tapered seams in the back, same silicone logo, and there definitely feels like a lot more room in these than the leggings, and then they just have little cuffs at the bottom. Okay, here are the joggers, and here's Peach. She's making her rounds. Oh, okay, we don't want to be held right now. Okay, Peach, I'd just like you to know that everyone thinks that you're so pretty, because you are the prettiest. All right, that served as kind of a little cat fur test. I'd say these actually do collect a little less fur than in the past, so that's good. Thanks for testing that, Peach. So here are the Surface Expanse joggers, and I was worried about the sizing, but I think these actually fit me really well in all the right places. Didn't size up or down. I definitely would stay true to size. And the waist on these is perfect for me. It's not even gaping when I bend over. It's like a nice amount of compression, not too tight, but I still have somewhat of a relaxed fit, kind of a jogger feel up in the front here, and a little relaxed space around here as well. Joggers still tend to be tight on the calves because I have giant calves. Definitely kind of an in-between performance and sleek feel. I'm liking the new feel of the Surface material. I like the pockets, a nice solid high rise. These do have a front seam, but because it's such a relaxed fit, it's not going to cause any issues. Still flattering on the glutes. The seams go above the glutes here. And since these are not quite as tight as leggings and you have some texture in this print, they will be cellulite friendly. And these ones are basically a full length on me, kind of like right above the ankle. If you're in between on these, I think you could go either way size-wise. I might stick to the size down because you don't want these to be too big in the waist because there's no drawstring to tighten them. But overall, they're really comfy and I actually like them. I'd like them to come out in solid colors too because sometimes I'm not always feeling a print. We also have the Surface Power shorts. These are essentially just the Surface Power leggings in short form. I believe they are a 4-inch inseam, a little cross waist, and logo in the back. They have some of the more bold camo prints. Personally, I prefer like the more muted ones, like the neon green one. It's like a lot of bold print. I still thought the blue one was fun, but I definitely prefer the more muted colors. I feel like they have a lot of really good neutrals this launch, and if you asked me a year ago, I'd be like, am I gonna wear tan or brown leggings? Absolutely not, so boring. Now I love them and I just can't explain it. I must have just been exposed to it so much that I just turned out to like it. All right, the Power shorts, these are in a size small, about a 4-inch inseam. They do have an extended crotch gusset that goes all the way to the bottom. I'd say they're actually pretty friendly on the thighs. I don't feel like I'm being squished down at all. Still have a lot of room and it's definitely not cutting in the back. These are about a mid to high rise, mid rise on the front, and then they kind of go to a high rise on the sides and the back. The seams go above the glutes, so they are still flattering on the glutes. I'd give them medium to high on the booty scale. I didn't even situate this in between my glutes, but it's already kind of going there, and I'd say it's pretty flattering. Since they're about a 4-inch inseam, they will roll up on me during workouts. I have worn these shorts to the gym in solid colors, and they do roll up a little bit. No front seam, not gonna have any camel, but yeah, they will probably ride up a little bit. Speaking of neutrals, we also have the Surface Pocket leggings. By the way, all the leggings are no front seam, double thickness waistband, and the pockets on these ones are on the side, and then there's some seam detailing down the leg and just slightly tapered seams in the back. Surface Pocket leggings, first of all, I think this might be my favorite of the camo colors, just very neutral. We have 2 side pockets on these. It will fit a phone. The pocket goes pretty far down. Some seam detailing on the back of the leg here. No front seam. We have a true high rise. These are definitely going to be more high rise than the cross waist because they don't dip down. No front seam, causing me no issues. Still almost more of a sleek feel with some softness. Still flattering glute seams. I think I'm gonna go with medium to high on the booty scale for these. They are going to be cellulite friendly in these prints, and mine are kind of almost a full length. They're like just above the ankle for me. And in terms of sizing, true to size. If you're in between, I might even size down because I do have a lot of stretch. And I wouldn't say I'm feeling super compressed. In terms of compression, these are probably about a medium, maybe even light to medium. Onto the Surface bras, we have the Surface Keyhole bra. I think I reviewed this one like the very first time it came out, and I remembered it being just a little bit tight on my neck, so I hope that this one is a little bit better this time. But of the 3 Surface bras today, this one is definitely going to be the most coverage. That's why I feel like I got the most of these bras, just because the other ones, I am a little hesitant if they will work for me. So it'll be easier to show when it's on, but it kind of has a couple layers. There's this layer that creates the keyhole detail. There's 2 straps in the back and a racer back. Elastic on the bottom, removable cup pads. These ones do have the seam that separates the cups. The cup pads do enter on the top of the bra though, and I don't like when cup pads enter on the top because I can't stick my finger in the side of the bra and like push the cup pad down when I'm wearing it. I don't know if anyone else does that, but I hate when the cup pads are like this high up. They have to be like at the bottom. Silicone Alphalete logo is on the front of this bra. All right, here's the Surface Keyhole bra, and it's actually better than I remembered. Maybe I'm just excited for a Surface bra to actually be like covering the girls and me not feeling like I'm gonna fall out. Like, I definitely am not going to fall out of this at the gym. This is a size small. I think it fits pretty well in the band here. I guess it fits pretty well overall. I do have like a slight amount of just gaping right here. It might just be due to the way that these layers overlap, but it's not an absolute perfect fit on me because I do have that scoop neck. I would say overall full coverage, even though technically there's some side boob in this area if I didn't have these little guys, but this area does cover it. It is pretty close to my neck here, so if you're someone who doesn't like things touching your neck, this probably isn't the bra. But it's not very tight, but it's not putting any pressure on my neck. Support is medium support. The cup pads are good in this one, and we have some strappy detail in the back. If you're looking for a matching set and you have a larger cup size, this is the bra I would go for today. Then I got the Surface Wrap bra. A little hesitant about this one, not gonna lie. I've seen a lot of wrap bras. They're just like way too, you know, cleavagey for me at the gym. Not that there's anything wrong with showing cleavage at the gym, but I don't want to have to be constantly tucking the girls back in their assigned seats when they try to escape. So we got the wrap bra here made of the Surface material. We will have to figure out how the heck this works. The straps are like a bra strap material though, and they're stretchy and adjustable, which is nice. It does have removable cups, and not only does it have like a bra clasp in the back, but they actually included a little bra extender. So if you have maybe like smaller cups, but like a broader rib cage, I think this is great because you can add that extra like space in there. All right, as expected, this bra it's a lot, but it's actually pretty flattering on me. It was quite the journey to figure out how to get this on, because first you gotta put the straps on, and then you gotta wrap it around, and then you have to clasp it in the back. And I think my clasp is showing, or my tag or something at least. So that part's interesting. I don't love having to clasp it, but I understand like how else were you supposed to get it on if it's going to be a wrap bra, and I do prefer a clasp to like tying it physically. So it still has cup pads. I like it has that. I actually feel decently secured. My only issue is it's very like wide spread. I'm not sure how to make it. Well, I guess I could actually like kind of, oh, okay, I'm solving my own issues. Okay, that's actually a little better. You can kind of bring the wrapped material up a little more. Before I felt like we were kind of like out pretty wide, and now this is a little better. It's a light support, so still not gonna be your most supportive. I like that the straps are adjustable though, and they didn't just totally neglect the back of the bra. It still has some strappy detail. And in terms of coverage, it's not horrible. Like, I am covered on the side boob area. It's just definitely a lot of cleavage, but I'm not like totally falling out of it. Would I be tucking myself back in at the gym? Probably at least a little bit. So this probably isn't like my new go-to gym bra, but I still think it's cute. The material's nice. I don't think the cup pads are super obvious in the white. It's a nice like thick double lined and everything. But yeah, just be careful how you wrap it, because if you do wrap it so you can see more of like the side detail here, it is going to be a little bit wider, but if you have wider set girls, that also works. In terms of sizing, I would go true to size. If you're in between, I would probably size down because they have that extra adjuster. You can only tighten it so much with there's a good amount you can loosen it. So
then I got the Surface Limitless bra. This is one of the only items today that I got in a medium. This bra and we just don't get along. Maybe we'll get along better in a medium, but in a small, I just like entirely spill out the top. There's just like no room for my girls in this bra, which is just such a bummer. It's such like a simple, delicate bra, but I hope maybe the medium will be a little bit better. So just a very simple like cami shape. The straps are adjustable. Straps are pretty thin, so if they're too tight, they might cut into you. And just a tiny little crisscross detail in the back. And they do have removable cups. All right, here's the Limitless bra. The medium, it is better than the small in some ways, but it's still just not my favorite bra. I think the only way you can really wear this bra is if you have kind of a smaller chest. Have I seen larger cup size ladies wearing this bra? Yes, I don't really understand because it really just does not work for me. So this is the medium. At least I have more coverage in the medium, so that definitely has more space. I don't have any side boob and I have less cleavage. But my issue is the band at the bottom is a little bit loose for me, girls. Plus the straps are just so thin that they do cut into me pretty easily. I like how open and simple the back is in terms of support. That is definitely a light support. So I'll say light to medium coverage, light support. Definitely for my smaller cup sizes. If in between, you can size up, but it is a little bit too big in the band for me. The next collection in this review that is having some new pieces is the Ultra Soft collection. The Ultra Soft tops are like my all-time favorite tops from Alphalete. They're lightweight enough for me to actually wear to the gym. If you guys have heard me complain about wearing shirts to the gym in the past, I just don't like feeling really hot and suffocated. And the Ultra Soft tops are like literally so thin that I can wear them to the gym. Some of the pieces in the Ultra Soft collection this time are double lined because you can't really wear a lot underneath them. And they are double brushed and super soft. And here is an up close of the material. Here's the silicone logo on this one, just so thin, so soft. They also have a new silicone A logo on some of these items. So first is the Ultra Soft Allure dress. And yes, this is a dress. This reminds me of the very first Buff Bunny dress that they came out with, which was actually my first ever Buff Bunny review that I like bought myself and everything. This dress kind of reminds me of that. So it's made of a double lined Ultra Soft material. So it is thick enough that you shouldn't have to wear a bra underneath. But unfortunately for me, because this is an issue I always have, it has a super cute twisted back, but because it has this twisted back, you can't wear a bra with it, and it does not have any built-in bra lining or any built-in space for cup pads or anything. It's just double lined on the inside, so no space for the girlies. Unfortunately, I do like to have that inner bra. Some people don't. Cute square neckline. They do have adjustable straps, and the back is open. Okay. I'm kind of liking this more than I thought. So here's the Allure dress, and it just really said, we're snatching the waist today. I feel like a combination of, I feel like all these layers back here kind of give a little extra pull right at the waist, which is just making it super flattering. This is a double thickness, just like the Allure tank. For some reason, it feels even thicker than the Allure tank. I actually feel like it has a good amount of weight to it. So while I do wish there was a little layer for the bra inside, I actually feel somewhat supported. Like if we had to rank the support, is it light? Yes. I would not be really running around doing anything crazy in this, but I do think I could get away with it. Definitely could also have some nippage though, so do be warned. I really like the square neckline. I feel like it's really flattering. The straps are also thicker than the Allure tank, which I like as well, so they're not gonna cut into you quite as much. They are adjustable. I didn't have to adjust mine this time. We have the double thickness, no space for cup pads, unfortunately. Super soft because it's the Ultra Soft material, and I love a soft fabric. So it has the twist back and a little open detail, and the length is actually better than I expected. It's kind of like mid-thigh for me. It might be closer to knee length on my shorter ladies, but yeah, I'm actually a fan of the dress. I think it's really cute. Is it something I'd buy if it weren't on sale? I don't know, but it is on sale. There's also the Ultra Soft Allure tank. So this one is also double lined. It has the same twist back detail as the Allure dress, adjustable straps. And what I like about this tank is that first it's double lined, so you shouldn't have to wear a bra with it. Even with things that are double lined though, my nips, they can power through on a cold day. Don't underestimate them. But although they did not include cup pads, you can put cup pads in here. So there is a space for cup pads if you want to put cup pads in here. Personally, I feel like if you're going to put a space for cup pads in an item, just include the cut pads, because now I have to find some cut pads to put in here because I'm a cut pad girl. I love to have some padding. I feel like I just need a little bit of extra shape, a little bit extra protection from the nips. And here's that new raised logo they're talking about. Very subtle, and it is matched to the color of the item. All right, here's the Allure tank with no bra. Personally, as a girl with an unenhanced chest, I just need a little bit of lifting, a little bit of support. So I think that the cut pads will help me. So I'm gonna pop in a pair of cut pads real quick. Just wanted to show this first. Definitely when I first put it on, there was some nippage. So be careful of that if you're not gonna wear a bra with it. It's not a big deal if there is, because like, do we have to care about that? No, but some people do. Very thin straps, so there is potential to cut in at the top. Some seam detailing down the front here. There's no elastic or anything. It's really, really soft. You could almost wear this as a lounge bra, to be honest. It's not really a bra, but you could. It's super open in the back, twisted straps. The straps are adjustable as well. And I'd say true to size. If you're in between, probably size down because it's super stretchy. And if you're in a bigger size, it probably won't give a whole lot of support. So now I have some cups in. I just feel like I get a little more of a nice shape, and then I'm protected against the nippage. So I like that there's space for cut pads, but I think that they should have just thrown some in there, even if it was just in the package, not actually inserted. I also got the Ultra Soft Wrap Tie Top. So this one doesn't have the new logo. This has the signature logo. This one is single lined, and it has like a little cross detail in the front, and it wraps. And I know I said I got every single thing. I totally thought that I got the Ultra Soft Keyhole Lawn Sleeve, and I guess maybe I did not, which I'm kind of bummed about, but I must have not added it to my list, which is sad, so I can't review that. But I have tried Ultra Soft long sleeves in the past. I tend to go with my normal size. They're really stretchy. Okay, Ultra Soft Wrap Top, single layer, super soft. Definitely a good top for layering over the gym. You could probably wear it for lifestyle too. So here's what it looks like when it's not tied. You have to cross these two straps, and then you can bring it in the back. You could just leave it there and tie it in the back, but the strings would be pretty long. So I have been bringing it back into the front and then tying it a little bit here, usually in a double knot. Is that how it's supposed to be? I don't know, but I feel like you could do either way. Scoop neck up here, just little cap sleeves. I'm wearing a size small, definitely think true to size. If you're in between, you can go either way, but keep in mind all of the Ultra Soft tops are really, really stretchy, and they have a lot of stretch to them. So if you don't want it super skin tight, maybe pick the size up, but you can probably still get away with your smaller size if you are in between, just because they're so stretchy. Here's what the back looks like. We have the silicone signature logo. Next, we're moving on to a new collection. This is the Heavy Cotton collection. So these are made of a heavyweight kind of cotton jersey fabric. It is made of 100% cotton, and it kind of has that like old like Hanes tee style feel. Definitely the least soft out of all the tops today. So it's going to give a more structured look. If you're looking for like a super soft cozy feel, definitely the Ultra Soft tops. Or there's another collection of softer kind of cotton looking shirts that we're going to talk about later. The tops do kind of have a slight like worn in, almost washed look to them. And here's the fabric up close. And it's 100% cotton, so really not a lot of stretch, just maybe a little bit of give. First, we have the Heavy Cotton cropped cutoff. So super open sleeve, kind of like bro tank style, super cropped. Definitely like a throw on to over the gym piece. And the Alphalete logos on these ones are embroidered into the fabric. So I'm wearing a real bra under this. I probably should be wearing a sports bra, but it's actually less scooped at the sides than I thought, but it's so cropped, like so cropped, and it was actually still really hard to get over my head even without anything on. Like the head hole is like really tight. I probably would size up in these because I feel like this is not really relaxed enough, but that also might be because of like my bust in the situation, but not really feeling this one. Then there's just the regular Heavy Cotton cutoff. So this is just the open sleeves. It's still slightly cropped if you ask me, but this isn't the super cropped. Here's the longer one. I like this one a little better. I probably would also size up because I just feel like this isn't quite oversized enough. Definitely would need to wear like a sports bra underneath for this scooped sleeve. It's kind of got like a extra edge on the hem here. But yeah, this was so hard to get over my head. I'm just not a big fan. I just wish there was some more stretch. I know the whole point is that it's cotton, but it's just not the softest and wouldn't be my go-to. Then there's the Heavy Cotton dropped shoulder. So the shoulder just comes down a little bit for a more like relaxed look. This is going to be like an oversized boxy style crop top. All right, so here it is. And I have to say, I'm not sure I really love this collection. First of all, super cropped. And as someone with a long torso, this just is like
it's barely even covering my sports bra. So it also is truly 100% cotton, which means it has no stretch to it. So it was hard to get this over my neck. I mean, if it wasn't wearing makeup, which I'm usually not, it wouldn't have been a problem, but because I had my hair and my makeup done, I didn't really like that. It was like, I felt like I was about to ruin my entire makeup while I was trying this on. It's just like not the softest. In terms of having a more cotton feel, if you want 100% cotton, this is here, but I prefer the collective tops just because they kind of feel more cottony, but they're a lot softer and they have a little stretch to them. So yeah, we just kind of have like a boxy shape overall. Next collection, there's only 2 items and really only one of importance, but the Essential collection. And the most important item is the Essential oversized joggers. I was so excited about these. Like literally last year, you would not find me dead in this color, but this year, this clay color was just speaking to me. Isn't it funny how it works? So these are made of a 60% cotton, 40% polyester. They're very slightly brushed cotton feel on the outside, but the inside feels like a kind of like a worn in fleece sweatshirt, and it's actually pretty soft. So here's the outside, almost a slight marl, almost a kind of like wash material, like some of the areas are a little bit lighter. And here's the inside. It kind of looks like a sweatshirt that's been washed a couple times, but still really soft. So this is a size small. So these are just a true oversized jogger. There's no need to size up. If anything, if you're in between, you could probably size down and they would still be oversized. But they're just like a nice heavyweight, comfy, relaxed jogger. I love like oversized fitting clothing, especially at home. I don't like to wear tight things at home. And Alphalete does make some of my favorite joggers. I feel like whenever I'm going out and about wearing joggers, it's probably Alphalete ones. So the drawstring on these is actually like a loop cord style drawstring with one of these little tightener guys. So it's not your typical tying drawstring, and it does match the color of the fabric. 2 front pockets and just little cuffs at the bottom. All right, here are the oversized joggers. So here is the waist. These are in a size small. So as we're going to see here, they definitely come fully oversized. So I'm really glad that they have the adjustable waist, because could I kind of wear them on my hips more like this? Sure, but then we have a little bit of a saggy crotch situation. So this just adjusts kind of like this, like one of those little loop cord drawstrings. At this point I ask, am I supposed to leave this hanging around or do I tuck it in? I've been kind of tucking it in just like that, so you can't really tell that I tied it. But yeah, comment down below. Would you leave this out or would you tuck it in? Because I feel like I'm tucking it in. So I love how cozy these are. I love the oversized vibes. I love that you don't have to size up in them. And this is a size small and I still have room on my thighs and my calves. Look at this, still room on the calves. So you know it's truly oversized. If you're in between, I probably would actually size down because the waist, even on the small, is a little bit big on me. They're also a really nice length for me. They are full length. They have this little panel detailing down the side. And I like the kind of like acidy wash texture to them. It's not like really an acid wash, but it's got a little texture. And we have that like soft material on the inside. The only other thing in the Essential collection are these little beanies. And I kept the tags on these ones because it says it has Cool Max technology, which obviously helps keep you cool and dry. But I just got this one. This is the one that folds over a little bit. I'm not gonna put it on my hair right now, but it's just made of this little knit material. It doesn't feel especially soft, but the next collection is Identity. The Identity joggers in general are my favorite Alphalete joggers. I think I tried them when they very first released and I didn't understand it, but my jogger preferences have kind of changed now. I want them to feel as much like a sweatpant as they can, but still look cute enough to like wear out of the house and be a jogger. And you guys have heard me talk on my Instagram stories a lot, but these are like my movie and like my airport joggers. Like they look cute, but they're really comfortable. You can wear them on a plane. They're made of a 95% cotton, 5% elastane. They have a 4-way stretch, but they really just feel like cotton. They have like a brushed silicone wash. I don't really know what that means, but it is really soft. Here's a fabric close up. It's double brushed inside and outside. Really nice and thick and heavy, but it still has a little stretch to it. So first we just have the Identity jogger. So my current favorite joggers from the Identity collection are the Identity Pro joggers because they're pretty similar to these regular Identity joggers, but they have a zip pocket and I think they're on sale for like $30 because those are the older colors. I bought myself some from like the last Alphalete sale. They were just having like a Memorial Day sale or something. I bought myself another pair for the airport nonetheless, and those ones are amazing. But in the new colors, they just have the Identity joggers. Nice elastic waist with a drawstring. I always feel like their waistbands on these really just nice and snatching on the waist. 2 front pockets, but no zippers. There are no back pockets on these ones. I believe the Pro joggers do have back pockets. Silicone logo at the bottom. little cuffs. Here are the Identity joggers. So this is in the mahogany color. These are a size small. These are going to be the most basic of the Identity line joggers. If you're looking for more details on a lot of the joggers, I made a little like Alphalete jogger crash course section of one of my videos in the past, which included the Identity Pro joggers, which some of the difference is the Pro joggers have a zipper and they have back pockets. So I will link that video down below so that you can reference it if you're interested in learning about more of the joggers that we didn't talk about today. Nice high rise, and in the small, even when I don't tighten the drawstring, the waist is really good for me. So I like the high rise, it kind of snatches your waist, but you still have the drawstring. Super soft material. If you're in between, I would absolutely size up because these are pretty snug in this size. They're not uncomfortable because they still do have a stretch to them. Feel like a sweatpant, but they have a little stretch to them, and that's what I like about them. But I definitely would size up if you're unsure. And here's the back, very plain, little cuffs at the bottom. I also got the Identity cozy shorts. So I got a small and a medium. I'm just gonna say it right now, the medium is going to be too big. So these have a thick elastic at the waist. There's no drawstring, so you can't adjust the waist. Personally, I always like to have a drawstring in any of my loungewear. No pockets on these. They're 3.5-inch inseam, and they almost are like those like dolphin shorts, I think they're called, but they kind of have like that open. All right, here are the small Identity shorts. They're really soft. They just will definitely expose the booty a little too much for me. So they have that kind of like open edge at the side. It does have a seam, so it's not like completely open, but definitely a short lounge short, and I do prefer a little bit of coverage in case I need to, you know, get out of my house or something. This is the small, it fits pretty well, but there's no drawstring, so we're really relying on this elastic to fit well. I would say true to size. I'm gonna pop on the mediums real quick. Here are the mediums. They're actually not horrible, but the waist definitely is gaping a little bit for me. We have a little more room around here, so I would say true to size. Yeah, I think we can definitely see the back is too big. You can go either way if you're in between sizes. Size down if you want them to be a little more snug on the waist, size up if you want them to be a little bit bigger. But these are probably not going to be a new lounge short for me just because I want a little more coverage. The core shorts are just much better from Alphalete. I do recommend sizing up in those though. Then we got the Identity cargos. They're back. I don't know why I like these cargo pants because I feel like if I saw people wearing them a couple years ago, I would have cringed, but I like them. I don't know what it is. I brought a pair of my cargos on a recent like trip, and just whenever I was lounging in them, it was just really nice to have all these extra pockets. So they have the same style waistband. It's an elastic with a drawstring. They have two just regular front pockets, then they have Velcro on the side and the butt pockets. And these don't have a cuff at the bottom, they're just like slim all the way down. All right, here are the Identity cargos. So hopefully this gives you an idea of sizing, but they're definitely a little more on the fitted side for joggers. They're still really comfortable though because of the fabric. I hope you can see just how like soft these are. It's like a really unique jogger material. I guess it's that like silicone brush they're talking about. But I don't know, it just works. It's really comfy. So we got a lot of pockets here. We have this front pocket, we have the Velcro side pockets, and the Velcro back pockets, which add a little more volume to the glutes. I feel like it's a little bit flattering back there. If you're in between, I would definitely size up. You could probably also size up if you just want a little more of a relaxed fit. As you can see in the small, it's pretty snug. I find these kind of loosen up as you wear them a little bit, so they'll feel a little bit better after I wear them for a minute, but they're not too tight as is. One of the pockets over here also has some silicone detailing, the Alphalete logo, all matching in the fabric. And these ones don't have any cuffs at the bottom. It just kind of goes to like almost like a legging bottom. But yeah, these are kind of on the thicker side, so I would expect them to be cellulite friendly. They do have stretch to them. I can still bend around, and yeah, they just kind of feel like a sweatpant in the way that they're so soft, but they're a little more fitted, a little more refined look. And lastly, I got the Identity Pro cropped hoodie. I got this one in a medium. I think I have a small from the last time. And they also have an Identity track jacket that they're not launching this time, but they will have some that are even more discounted on the website. That's my personal go-to for the Identity ones, just because I'm not always a big fan of cropped, especially if I'm trying to keep warm. So this one is a medium. Let's try it on. Definitely like this better in a medium. I had a small in the past and it was just a little too tight. It made it a little more cropped. I like kind of the more relaxed fit of the medium up here. I'm getting a little more coverage, and now I actually feel like I could wear this together, so I'm really glad I sized up. So I think you can go true to size in this top, but if you want it to be a little longer and not quite as snug, if you want it a little more like boxy relaxed, I would recommend a size up. So it has this wrap kind of cowl neck sweatshirt detail, which I like because it comes up a little bit higher on your neck. Buff Bunny made a sweatshirt like this like a couple years ago, and I just wish they'd bring it back because it's one of my favorite sweatshirts. I love the neck when it does this. Silicone logo matches the color, so it's not very noticeable. Has some seam detailing down the side here, and the sleeves are a good length on me. They are full length and my arms are down. And here is the back. It does have a full hood, pretty big hood too. The next line that they have, we are almost done, is the Collective collection. And this is what I was talking about earlier. If you want kind of more of a cotton look, but a little bit softer, definitely these. These are actually really soft, almost cool to the touch. Fabric composition is 85% polyester, 15% elastane. And here is the material. It's not brushed or anything. It looks like cotton, but it's just a little bit softer in the hands and less stiff than the head. So first we have the short sleeve crop top, and I think I saw Gabby wearing this on Instagram and it looked so cute. Now I'm kind of regretting not getting it in the ivory color, but this color's cute too. Just a cropped tee, should be a snug fit, but it has this super open back so you can kind of show off a sports bra on the inside here. All right, so far I'm a big fan of the Collective top material. I have the wrapped bra underneath and it's not sitting very well underneath this top, but I already had it on. So I still like how soft this is, but it's definitely a little more of a cottony feel, a little more sturdy than the ultra soft tops. I feel like these could also be worn for lifestyle. This is a size small. It doesn't feel overly tight. As you can see, I still do have a little bit of room, so I would stay true to size down if in between. The tag is actually not bothering me, I think because it's not like super tight, and I love the little open back detail. Actually pairs well with the wrapped bra underneath in terms of showing off the sports bra. But yeah, I actually really like these fabrics. It probably will show some like pit stains just because it's kind of that cottony material, so definitely would assume that these show sweat. There's also the long sleeve crop. All of the Collective stuff has this like rubberized like tag logo, which might be itchy on the skin, so we'll see when it's on. And this one doesn't have any cutouts or anything. All right, here's the long sleeve in a size small. In general, I feel like their sizing for the Collective collection is just like a tiny bit big. That could be intentional. It is tight on me in some places, like my bust is obviously, things are usually tight here. My arms, usually things are tight there, but I have a couple areas where it's not absolutely skin tight, which is fine. Just kind of guide your size choices around that. You could even size up if you don't want it tight at all. I think it would look actually pretty normal given that it almost kind of looks like a cotton t-shirt material. It just has a little more softness, a little more stretch to it. Some seam detailing down the arm here, no thumb holes or anything, kind of a mid crop, stays put when I raise my arms. Again, I think this material will show some sweat, so if you choose like a gray color, like don't be surprised if you see some pit stains. Just a nice little basic long sleeve. This one specifically, it's probably something I really would only buy on sale, so I'd take advantage of the Black Friday sales if you are interested in them, but I think in general for the Collective collection, I prefer that short sleeve with the open back the best. And then the Collective Thrive Tank. I love the Thrive Tank in the ultra soft version, so if you're looking for an ultra soft top, I believe that those are going to be like $22 on sale, which is an incredible deal. They have the Thrive Tank in those, but it's the same shape, just like a very thin eraser back in the back, but it's made of like a more heavyweight material. Collective Thrive Tank. So one of the things I love about the Thrive Tank is that it basically goes to your legging waistband. So it's kind of a crop, but it goes right to the top of your leggings. So you're really not showing a lot of skin if you prefer not to wear just a sports bra or crop top to the gym. I almost wouldn't even consider this a crop top. Only reason my skin is showing right now is because the cross waist of the leggings tapers into a slight V. This is a really nice cream color. Lately, I've been loving a good cream color. Bright white is just a little too bright sometimes, but cream, just a little bit more muted. I'm just a fan. Little mock neck, definitely a little bit thicker, a little less stretch than the Thrive Tank and the ultra soft material, but just kind of depends on your preferences. The ultra soft material will also have a different logo. This one does have this kind of rubberized tag situation, which I think it's a little bit bold. I'm not like the biggest fan of that. I would prefer like kind of more matching silicone kind of logo. It is hard to find straps that hide under this tank, but in general, I just give up on hiding my straps under this tank and just kind of go for showing the straps. So this is the Limitless bra underneath. And the last two pieces, I haven't even tried these on yet because I filmed the sitting portion, then the try on portion, and it's 2:30 and the review's gotta be up tonight. We are crunching for time. The last collection is the Infinity collection. So these have two different materials. The base material is going to be kind of like a
lightweight cotton material, not super soft to the touch, not brushed, and then the back is mesh, a stretchy mesh nonetheless. There's the short sleeve cropped version and also the short sleeve full length tee version. And I'm just not sure these ones are my favorite personally. I think the logo is a little bit bold in the middle for me, and I'm just not really a big fan of like mesh back tees. Okay, here's this top. The sleeves kind of end in a place where, I don't know, I prefer my sleeves just to almost go a little further into a more cap sleeve. This is kind of in between a tank and a cap sleeve, and it gives me like kind of men's shirts vibes, which is fine, but which is like fine if you want to wear a men's shirt as a woman, but I just don't think this is the most flattering cut on me. Almost is kind of projecting out a little bit too much. The logo is very bold in the middle. They only come in the black and the white camo, I believe. Definitely very lightweight in the back because it is a mesh. It's not the softest of the shirts today, and it is a full length. It kind of dips down a little bit, scooped in the front. I think this is a small, so it's definitely slightly oversized. So true to size, if you're in between, I would size down because I definitely have a little bit of space here and covers some of the butt in the back. And the shirt kind of comes in at an interesting place as well. I think this one probably isn't my favorite just because of the sleeves. So here's the crop top version. Yeah, I'm just not loving the sleeves on these. I feel like it's kind of in between a tank and a cap sleeve, and it almost gives me like shoulder pad vibes, like I'm wearing like one of those football gear things. You know what I mean? I don't really watch a lot of football. I find it very boring. Pretty mid-length crop here. This is a size small. It's actually slightly relaxed. I probably still would go true to size, especially if you have a larger bust, because it is snug on my bust. There is stretch, so I'm not worried about it like being too tight, but it definitely is a little bit loose at the bottom here. Mesh in the back, and it scoops up around the sides. But yeah, this definitely is probably my least favorite of the stuff launching, these two tops. So that's it for all of the new pieces. All the new pieces will be 20% off. Some other top sale picks: the Amplify leggings will be $50.40. Amplify shorts, $36.40. Women's OG revivals will be $38.40, which is a really good deal. There's also the Pulse Zip tank, which I love, but I thought it was a little bit expensive at $52. Now it's $31. My favorite core shorts that I was talking about before, I think I called them the essential shorts. They're actually the core shorts. A really great lounge short that cover more of the booty than the Identity ones, $26.40. Ultra Soft Thrive tank, which I love, is $20.40. Most of the older collections of the Ultra Soft tops are like $21 to $22. The Woman's Signature Performance hoodie, I have 3 of those and I love them. I used to buy myself one like at every sale. Those are $32 and they're a really like high quality, super soft on the inside, feel really nice on the outside. Personally, I prefer staying true to size. I do have a small and a medium, and the medium is just a little bit too baggy, so you don't have to size up, but if you do want it to be super baggy, then you can size up. And the women's active shorts, which I actually wear mine a decent amount, those are $23. Oh, and the Identity Pro joggers I was talking about are $27.20. Now I'm kind of regretting buying them when they were like $38 because they're even cheaper. And that's about it for sales. I need to go speed edit this, so if there's any mistakes in the editing process, I don't want to hear about it because I'm doing my best, okay? But it's always important to me to get you guys all of the details you need to have your best shopping experience. Again, if you do shop the launch and this video helped you out, you can use code Catherine to support me. I really do always appreciate it because I know it's an extra step. You don't have to do it, but it means a lot to me when you do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to comment your questions down below. I will be replying to as many comments as I can. Also, if you made it this far and you want me to film a holiday gift guide video, for some reason this year I feel like I have a lot of really good gift ideas, so let me know if you guys would want to watch that, because I kind of want to film one but want to hear what you guys think, if that'd be exciting, because I feel like I want to do it. Okay, bye.